Captain curry. While the onions are browning, I'm going to make the marinade and marinate the beef overnight. I've got some of the UK spice mix here, which I call Ian Mix because Ian sent it to me. Okay, here's a tablespoon of the UK spice mix, most of a tin of tomatoes. I've left just a little bit there because I'm only cooking 700 grams of beef, not a kilo. Generous squirt of lemon juice and some red wine. There we go, and that's the marinade for the beef. Here we have 700 grams of gravy beef. I like cut it into really big chunks. I usually try and follow the marbling. You can see this meat is still semi-frozen, which I like because I know it's going to stay fresh. This is a good job to do while the onions are browning. And put the meat in here overnight in the fridge. I'm pulling the meat out of the marinade. Lovely smell. Doesn't matter if there's a few bits of tomato stuck to the meat. Oh, it smells good. Here's mixed onion paste from yesterday. I'm pouring the excess oil off that. And we'll heat it up. We'll put some meat in here. There was too much liquid after about a minute, so I've taken the meat out, drained the liquid and put the meat back in just to brown a little bit longer. I browned the meat, so now I want to cook up the marinade a little bit and then I'm going to blend it. Boiling up the marinade removes the red wine smell, which I could smell in there. We don't want red wine smelling our curry, but it's a nice substitute for vinegar.
Red wine in a curry? That's not traditional. When the red wine, the meat juices and the tomato are cooked together, it forms a gravy. Saves time and tastes great.
Next step is to blend this. And this really is the garabi. Here's mixed onion paste that I made yesterday. We're going to warm that back up. Here is some ginger and garlic paste. I'm going to put 3 of those in, 3 tablespoons. And while that's warming up, here is 3 tablespoons of mix number 1 mix. This spice mix is about 10 days old, so very, very fresh. And we're going to warm it up in here, being very careful not to burn it. Just keep it moving. Meanwhile I'm stirring the onions and garlic. And oh, there's some great smells coming out of here. We add that to this onion and garlic and ginger. And stir that around. There's all sorts of smells coming out of here now. Wow. This is the world of curry. Wow. Oh, let's just eat the paste. Red chili powder. 1, 2. Now this gives it a great colour, and also using chili powder you can dial up the amount of heat you want. Have a look at that. That's the browned meat in the blended marinade, which is mainly tomatoes. And doesn't that just look fantastic? I just love these silicone spatulas because you can really get every last drop. See that? Just about every last drop. Close theirs. Now we bring this to the simmer, add a bit of water. Usually just add enough water to cover. Well, that's about right, so I usually add just a tad more. Yeah. It's about 3 or 4 minutes simmering. I'm going to add 3 green cardamoms cut in half. And I've cut them in half so the seeds will come out, and they smell very aromatic. And we salt, a little bit of salt, bring the flavour out a bit. That smells great, and it looks great already. It's a good start. The next stage with this will be to put it in the oven for a couple of hours to simmer. Here we are, 2.5 hours in the oven at just over 100°C, and it's basically ready. You can see the oil's come to the top, nice red coloured oil. What I'm going to do now is let it cool down and then portion it up. Well, there's one thing left to do. We better have a taste. Oh yes, that's okay. Quite hot. Oh yes, very bitey. Nice taste. Yes, definitely that is a good curry, but we'll know for sure and we serve it up and eat it. A hot plate there. I've got the steamed rice. I have the curry here. Marvellous colour and a marvellous smell. Bon appetit. Oh my goodness.